We're given the graph of f prime with horizontal asymptotes at x equals -3, x equals 2, and x equals 5. And there's a vertical tangent at x equals 3. So we want to find all values of x for -7 to 7, in which f attains a relative minimum. In order to do this, we want to draw the f prime number line. So we want to focus between -7 and 7. And here we're looking for when f prime equals 0. So that's going to be at -5, -1, and 5. So we're just going to pick values in between this. So between -7 and -5, we see that f prime is positive since it's above the y-axis or x-axis. Between -5 and -1, that's negative. Between -1 and 5, that's positive. And then to the right of 5 is also positive. So if the derivative is positive, that means it's increasing. If it's negative, it's decreasing. So in order for there to be a relative minimum, you have to go from decreasing to increasing. So that's going to be at -1. So there's a relative minimum at x equals -1. Now we want to look at relative maximum. So for relative maximum, we want to go from increasing to decreasing. So increasing, decreasing, that's at x equals -5. And then -1 we said is a relative minimum. At 5, it doesn't change from increasing to decreasing, so we don't want to include that. Okay, finally, we want to find all values at which f double prime is negative. So let's find when is f double prime less than 0. Well, for that, it might help to draw the second derivative number line. So we want to restrict ourselves from -7 to 7. And here we're looking for when f double prime is equal to 0. So that's going to be at these horizontal tangents. And also, we need to include vertical tangents. Okay, because at x equals 3, the second derivative is undefined. So that is -3, 3, or actually 2 first, then 3, then 5. So let's see, to the left of -3, we see that the slope or the derivative here is negative because it's decreasing. And then from -3 to 2, it's increasing, so it's positive. 2 to 3, it's decreasing, it's negative. 3 to 5 is also decreasing, that's negative. And then 5 to 7, you see it's going up, so the derivative is positive. So we're looking for when the second derivative is negative. That's going to be from -7 to -3. And here you do not want to include the endpoints. Since -3 is 0 there, it's not negative, and then -7 we don't want to include. And then 2 to 3, union 3 to 5. Okay. So again, make sure not to include the endpoints. At 3, for sure you don't want to include it because the second derivative is undefined there. And so this is when f double prime is negative.